Unmuted. Also good. There we go. Down to multi-stream. Perfect. Countdown timer's coming up. All right. Gentleman Octopus on YouTube.
We just went live.
Good.
Got 2 viewers. Interact at the Gentleman Octopus.
Unmuted. Also good.
All right.
Streaming Trivia Night. Yes, they are. Hello, everybody. Wonderful. I had to log in or to comment, so let me pull out the authorization thing.
Go ahead and put it in Facebook already.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. As we get everything set up here, welcome for Just After Christmas. We are absolutely delighted to be back. I am TJ, and this is McKenny, and we are the Gentleman Octopus Trivia. If you're joining us for the first time or you're a longtime player, we welcome you. We're going to have 4 rounds here tonight. We're going to have a music round. We're going to have some good fun tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's going to be a good one. For everybody who's been playing Gentleman Octopus long term, you'll know that we are usually a 5-round game, but we decided to shorten it to 4, get you all out a little bit quicker, and also helps us to balance this with a bunch of other awesome projects we got going on at the moment.
Our plate became mighty full, mighty quick, as it turns out.
Yep. But anyway, extremely happy to be a part of it, like always, and extremely happy to have you here, like always. Thank you very much for being part of our audience. We'll be getting started in just a few minutes. I'm getting signed in to all of the relevant places so that we can provide you with the answer forms and all the things that you will need to play tonight's game. So give me just a second while I get that in.
You know what we forgot? Questions.
No, we did not. Don't even. Don't even. I've had those dreams before.
Yeah.
Those
I've seen Jay's been doing like a speed quiz where like he writes 30 questions in like an hour. Mm-hmm. It's pretty impressive.
It is absolutely impressive.
Yeah.
I am not signing myself up for one of those.
Yeah,
Jay,
my brain doesn't work that way.
They can do what they can do.
Yeah.
You know?
My brain does not work that way. It sees that and it goes into a corner somewhere.
Oh, I can do that, and I've absolutely done that. You know, there have been times, of course, before where got into a place and realized, ooh, they gave me last week's questions.
Yeah,
and had to put together rounds like that. But
I had to write some at Applebee's too.
Yeah, not gonna say that's the life I choose, you know. And for anybody who wants to do blitz trivia like that, good for them.
My favorite was when we DJ'd and for whatever reason the drive we were given with all the songs didn't work.
Let's see. Claire, I see the answer form links still show 5 rounds. Yes, for now they do. Do not submit round number 5 is essentially it.
And
Robin,
yep.
Thank you very much for joining the game. I see you are a YouTube user, so I'm dropping the answer form links here into the YouTube chat.
Yep.
That'll take you to a link tree. Rounds 1 through 4 are what you'll need to pay attention to. We'll get into that in just a moment. But again, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. I'm going to take one of our handy-dandy fridge magnets here and pop open my brewski.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. It's a little bit of splashback.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, moving on to our next slide. I want to say thank you to our supporters.
Before we do that, we would like to give a special thanks to Carrie Bonnell, who blessed us with a very generous Christmas present. Thank you very much.
Carrie, thank you very much for your generous donation over the holiday break. And thank you, everybody, for, coming back after the holiday break.
And for the kind words that you guys gave us over the break.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you, like always, to Gwen Abrams and Adam Francois Watkins, to Rachel Schumann, Michelle Martin, and Claire Fisher. Thank you, Will Gilbert, Gail Angeles, and Stephen Glassman. Thank you to Mark Dawson, Jerome Verid, and Adam Connor. We already extended a very special thank you to Carrie Bonnell. Also like to say thank you to Kent Buxton, Marnie Helfrich, and Lindsay Henry. And thank you, Jordan Lax, Dan Fitzpatrick, and of course, Sarah Ann Rapp. She is the partner of the Octopus, and she is also my partner, and she has contributed a question to tonight's game, so look for that in round number 2.
I appreciate you embracing the struggle, Sean. It can be a challenge.
Awesome. Glad to see it. Glad to see everybody back. So, we'll go over the rules. We got some first-time players, which is fantastic. Thanks very much for joining us, and hey, cheers.
Yeah.
Toast.
I got a gritty Turvis for Christmas, and I haven't...
Bring that up there, TJ. You take it. I don't want to take it from you.
Have not stopped using it since. Just constantly have something in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why would you? Why wouldn't you, rather? That's what I meant to say. All right. So, rules. It's pretty straightforward. So, please submit your answers using the Google form links that we've provided. On those answer forms, make sure you include your team name and that you only submit each form one time. Now, the whole thing is when you put in your team name the first time, make sure it's the same the rest of the night. Like
make sure
spelled,
it's stylized,
spaced, and styled the same way. Otherwise, our system will read it as a different team. Now, we can fix that and make sure that the points go to the right team, but it's so much easier to not have to deal with it. So just make sure that your team name is spelled, spaced, and styled the same way throughout the evening. Tonight, and I haven't updated this part yet, there will be 4 rounds of questions. The first, the second, and the fourth, one, two, I skipped over the 3, will all be 8 question rounds. Thank you. The middle round, not middle anymore, but the second round, the music round, has now been shortened to 6 songs. The third round, the music round. Good.
It's okay.
No, you're good. That's what I'm saying. Thanks very much.
The third round will be 6 songs with the music round. A little bit of a downgrade from our 3. Just trying to get you guys out just a little bit quicker. Move on about your night. Not trying to keep you out too late.
Feel free to play individually or team up with others using a private chat. Each correct answer to a question is worth 1 point. The exception is that in the music round, getting the title is worth 1 point. Getting the artist is worth 1 point, but those are not mutually dependent on each other. If we play you Stairway to Heaven and you say that it is Comfortably Numb by Led Zeppelin, you'll get a point for one of those things, the one that's correct. The other difference in the music round, there will be no stairway. Pointing at the sign. The other thing that's different about the music round is that at the end of it, there's a question that simply asks, what was the theme? And you will get a special 2 points.
Special 2 points
For getting that correct. So definitely take a guess at it. It's the most valuable question of the night. Even if you don't think you know it, have a stab. Questions will be read once and then recapped before the submission timer starts. Once the timer starts, we'll put it up to 3 minutes and 20 seconds, actually, to kind of counter lag. And you'll have until that timer ticks down to 0 to send in your answers. There's no final question, and tiebreakers will only be used in the event of a first-place tie.
Tiebreakers will only be written.
In the event of a first-place tie.
That's our little secret.
Is it a secret if you say it at the beginning of every week's episode? Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right. But for all of our new teams, all you need to know is that we've provided you with the Google form links. Make sure you use the correct round's answer form for the correct round, and that you just spell, space, and style your name the same way so that our system will automatically recognize you in each round and award you your points, which is great for us because it's less we have to do, and it's great for you because you get to see your points after we evaluate the answers more or less in real time. We have a leaderboard that keeps you updated.
Now, without further ado, I believe it's time for round number 1. Do you want to start, sir?
I'll start it, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks very much for joining us, everybody. Here is
Best of
question
luck.
number 1. Question number 1. Works such as to a mouse on turning her up in her nest with the plow, November 1785.
What a title.
And song, Now Westland Winds and Floutrin Guns, appear in the limited Kilmarnock edition of poems by what author? What author's poems were collected in a notable Kilmarnock edition, which included the poems To a Mouse on Turning Her Up in Her Nest with the Plow, November 1785, and Song, Now Westland Winds and Floutrin Guns. What is the name of that author whose poems, and including the ones mentioned in the question, were collected in a Kilmarnock edition? That's question number 1. That's how it is.
And question number 2, the following image shows the seal of Almaty, the most populated moat.
Oh, wow.
Gotta get the most populated city in what large country that also contains the mountain Tingri, right? Tingri?
Oh, yeah, Tengri.
Yeah.
And the Karagye.
And Karagye Depression and Lake Balkhash. So once again, this image shows the seal of Almaty, which is the most populated city in what country? Yep.
I'd like to say thank you to Claire Fisher and John Liu for their donations already.
That's
John,
fantastic.
Claire, thank you very much.
Fantastic flag too.
Seal, but yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So that is the seal of Almaty, which is the most populated city in what country? That is question number 2. Look at the Prancy boy.
Question number 3. While operating under a different name, what current Big 12 school perpetrated an ugly sequence of events in 1951 in which defensive tackle Will Banks Smith violently attacked Drake quarterback Johnny Bright, as captured in a Pulitzer Prize-winning photo collage? So, that's not a seal, it's a leopard. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that.
This question needs some levity, so I appreciate that a lot.
Question number 3. While operating under a different name, what current Big 12 school perpetrated an ugly sequence of events in 1951 in which defensive tackle Will Banks Smith violently attacked Drake quarterback Johnny Bright? The series of events was captured in a Pulitzer Prize-winning photo collage. That's question number 3. Simply identify that current Big 12 school.
Question number 4. Since becoming a category in 1992, what songwriter and leader of a modern rock band is second only to Bruce Springsteen for the most Best Rock Song Grammy Awards, winning for Walk, Cut Me Some Slack, and Run? Walk, Cut Me Some Slack, and Run were done by what songwriter and leader of a modern rock band who is only second to Bruce Springsteen for the most Best Rock Song Grammy Award wins? Who is that musician? That's question 4.
I'd like to say thank you to Stephen Glassman for their donation.
Hey, guys are popping off.
Really appreciate everybody trickling in already.
We didn't even have to get in the new hot tub for this one.
He told me about hot tub streaming for the first time, and I still can't believe that's a thing. I can believe it's a thing.
It's very
lucrative. I
lucrative.
absolutely can believe it's a thing.
Very
I'll
lucrative.
Take that back. Yeah. Question number 5. Eduardo Noriega played Cesar in a 1997 film later remade in the United States as what 2001 film, with an A-list actor playing the part of lead David and a title and dreamy setting inspired by the painting on the following slide? There you go, took an art turn.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting that. So once again, Eduardo Noriega played the part of Cesar in a 1997 film. That film was later remade in 2001 with an A-list actor playing the role of David, the Americanized lead.
Very much.
That film had a title and dreamy setting inspired by this painting. So simply identify the film. Had a 1997 version, which Eduardo Noriega was Cesar, a 2001 version in which an A-list actor was David, and a title and dreamy setting inspired by this painting. What's the film? That's question number 5.
And question number 6. Among the 4 species considered members of the suborder Vermalingua?
Vermalingua. Means worm tongue.
Yeah, Vermalingua. Are the giant and silky anteaters. Yay. As well as the southern and northern species of what other animal that's seen on the following slide and has a name derived from tupi and Portuguese?
I know, right? For those of you who are new, question number 6 in round number 1 is an identify the animal question with a visual component.
And round number 8.
Number 2.
Yeah, round number 2 in question number 8 is an anagram with a Randy Bent.
Randy Bent.
Randy Bent. So identify this adorable creature.
Mm-hmm.
That, along with the anteater, is the only members of the Vermalingua.
Vermalingua. It means, again, worm tongue.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. These are technically a type of anteater. They're just referred to by a different common name.
Aww. They're really cute.
They're really cute, yeah.
I like them a lot.
Big fan. All right, moving on now to question number 7. First century BCE philosopher and historian Strabo is best known as the attributed author of an encyclopedic work that, when translated from Latin, shares its name with what Gentleman Octopus category?
Hey!
Like that little self-referential throw. So again, question number 7. Strabo is a 1st century BCE philosopher and historian who is best known as the attributed author of an encyclopedic work that, when translated from Latin, has a title that's also the same as what Gentleman Octopus category. I'm not sure if I'll give an extra hint, but it can be answered in round number 1.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I just did give an extra hint.
Yeah, you did.
But anyway, that's question number 7. Simply identify that Gentleman Octopus category. It's not Randy Anagrams.
No, it is not. And question number 8. A typical rumaki is made of water chestnuts, bacon, soy sauce, ginger, brown sauce, and what parts of a chicken? What part of a chicken is a typical rumaki made of? Along with water chestnuts, bacon, soy sauce, ginger, brown sugar. What part of the chicken goes in rumaki? That is question number 8. Guess what? It's time for the question recap.
Here you go. Once again, question number 1. Works such as To a Mouse on Turning Her Up in Her Nest with the Plow, November 1785, and Song, Now Westland Winds and Floutrin Guns, appear in the limited Kilmarnock edition of poems by what author? What is the name of that author and poet whose works, especially the ones seen there, are collected in a Kilmarnock edition? That's question number 1.
Question number 2. The following image shows the seal of Almaty, the most populated city in what large country? It also contains the mountains Kentingre, the Karagaya Depression, and Lake Balkhash. So that is the seal of Almaty, which is the most populated city in what country? That is question number 2.
People are starting to make a list of, okay, so that was a literature question. Question number 3. While operating under a different name, what current Big 12 school perpetrated an ugly sequence of on-field events in 1951 in which defensive tackle Will Banks Smith violently assaulted Drake quarterback Johnny Bright? What is the name of that current Big 12 school that, while operating under a different name, perpetrated that ugly attack? That's question number 3.
Surprise winning attack.
Yep.
Question number 4. Since becoming a category in 1992, what songwriter and leader of a modern rock band is second only to Bruce Springsteen for the most Best Rock Song Grammy wins, winning for Walk, Cut Me Some Slack, and Run? Walk, Cut Me Some Slack, and Run are 3 victories for what songwriter and leader of a modern rock band? That's question 4.
Question number 5. Eduardo Noriega played the lead role of Cesar in a 1997 film that was later remade as what 2001 film with an A-list American actor playing the lead of David and a title and dreamy setting inspired by the painting on this slide? What is the name of that 2001 film, a remake of a 1997 film starring Eduardo Noriega with a title and dreamy setting inspired by this painting? That's question number 5.
Question number 6. Among the 4 species considered the members of the suborder Vermalingua are the giant and the silky anteaters, as well as the southern and northern species of what other animals that is seen on the following slide and has a name derived from Tupi and Portuguese? Look at them.
Nope.
Look at them. They're
Too busy
so
looking
adorable.
at us.
Yeah, they're so adorable. So once again, only 4 members of the Vermalingua family. See, I got there.
Mm-hmm.
We got there on the recap.
It's not a family, it's a suborder.
Okay, cool.
Which family is below order, so I guess
Family.
family is technically a suborder.
So, I'm not going to make the ICP joke. I was going to, and then I was like, didn't feel it all of a sudden. That is question number 6.
Identify that animal. And question number 7. 1st century BC philosopher and historian Strabo is best known as the attributed author of an encyclopedic work that, when translated from Latin, is also the same as what Gentleman Octopus category? Which of the Gentleman Octopus categories is also the name of a 1st century work, I think it's 1st century that it was actually published, by philosopher and historian Strabo? That's question number 7. Identify that category.
And your last question of the round, a typical rumaki is made of water chestnuts, bacon, soy sauce, ginger, brown sugar, and what parts of a chicken? What part of a chicken is a typical rumaki made of? That's question number 8. And with that, we are going to invite you to get your answers in. If you would like to support us, you may do so at Venmo at McKinney-Sizemore, at PayPal at ksizemore at hotmail.com, and Cash App at $ McKinney Sizemore.
That is indeed correct. We're going to pull up some tunes for you to listen to as you get your submissions on. Then we'll pop up the countdown timer and see you in just about 3 minutes.
So then we'll pump up the volume.
Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Okay, cool. Stations. What do you want here tonight, TJ?
Ambient sounds good.
Ambient. Yeah, let's do that. All right. See you soon.
Nice.
Forgot to unmute. Hey, everybody, we are back. We've taken a look at the answers and graded them accordingly, but let's show you what the correct answers were here in round number 1, starting with question number 1. The poems To a Mouse on Turning Her Up in Her Nest with the Plow, November 1785,
All of that.
and Song, Now Westland Winds and Floutrin Guns, appear in the limited Kilmarnock edition of poems by what author? They're written in the Scots dialect, which should tell you that it is Mr. Robert Burns. The poem To a Mouse actually is the one that is the source of Mice and Men's title. The best laid schemes of mice and men gang oft agley.
Question number 2. The following image shows the seal of Almaty, the most populated city in what large country? Everybody got Kazakhstan.
Very well done. Yes, the Khan Tingri is the main mountain in Kazakhstan. The flag of Kazakhstan actually has a golden steppe eagle representing the philosophies of Tengrism, which is a Central Asian, Eurasian spiritual philosophy. Then the Karagye Depression, I remember it being noteworthy for something, and I can't remember what it is. And then Lake Balkhash is definitely a notable lake that you should know about. You can get some good Central Eurasian geography points on that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear what you said this music genre was, but it sounds like DOS games from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It was simply called ambient, and I was digging it. Good call.
Yeah.
Question number 3. While operating under a different name, what current Big 12 school perpetrated an ugly on-field incident in which defensive tackle Will Banks Smith violently attacked Drake quarterback Johnny Bright? He reached through Johnny Bright's helmet, which did not have a face mask at the time, and broke his jaw, not even going for the ball, nothing like that.
No, he came with an elbow. It was ridiculous.
It was indeed ridiculous. But that was Oklahoma State University.
But we're not here to talk about Oklahoma State and their purported racism. We're here to talk about the awesome career of Johnny Bright, who, after he was very nearly a Heisman finalist, one of the first black Heisman finalists, after he had his jaw broke, he carried on playing for 7 weeks.
Yeah, and he accounted for like 80% of his team's total yards.
He did indeed. And then he moved on to the Canadian Football League, where he held records for a while in yards and touchdowns while playing for Edmonton, I believe Calgary as well.
And
But Johnny Bright was awesome. I really wanted to write a question about Johnny Bright.
Yeah, he's a
Oklahoma
member of
State didn't apologize for this until like the early 2010s.
Right.
Until they were basically made to.
And obviously, he made the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, and it was after that that the NCAA said straight up, everybody has to have a face mask.
Yes.
Everybody has to have a face mask. We'll do something about the racism, but first, face masks.
Yep. But we salute Johnny Bright.
Johnny Bright. Question number 4. Your question, TJ.
Yeah. Since becoming a category in 1992, what songwriter and leader of a modern rock band is second only to Bruce Springsteen for the most Best Rock Song Grammy Awards, winning for Walk, Cut Me Some Slack, and Run? Walk and Run were both by the Foo Fighters, and that is Mr. Dave Grohl.
Yep, that is Dave Grohl indeed. Dave Grohl and Bruce Springsteen up at the top of the list there. Sting, I believe, got the first one. Clapton got one after that. There was another one. Alanis Morissette has 2.
Yes.
Alanis Morissette has 2.
She got one for Uninvited.
Yes,
as
which
well.
I like that one. I do really like that.
She got it like 4 years after her first, too. Like people...
Which was You Ought to Know. Of course it was.
Yeah. People forget that after You Ought to Know, she put out some very quality albums. Like, I feel like... I feel like people get wrapped up in Jagged Little Pill.
I think Jagged Little Pill is overrated. I like the later stuff a little bit better. Question number 5. Eduardo Noriega played Cesar in a 1997 film, later remade in the United States as what 2001 film, with an A-list actor playing the lead role and a title and dreamy setting, inspired by this painting here. This painting is called The Seine at Argenteuil. I don't think that's how that's pronounced. And it's by Claude Monet. And David is inspired to create his own permanent dreamlike state because of its vanilla sky. Yeah, vanilla sky.
Penelope Cruz starring as the female lead Sophia in both.
In both, yep.
That was how this question started, by feared that Penelope Cruz would be too easy.
Yep. The whole cruise and cruise thing
Yeah.
is definitely something that's done in trivia circles. I like focusing on the painting.
Yep. Question number 6. Among the 4 species considered to be members of the suborder Vermalingua. Yeah, got it. Use the giant and the silky anteaters, as well as the southern and the northern species of what other animal that is seen on this slide? Nobody got this, so it appears we're teaching you something new about the tamandua.
Yep, that is a tamandua. It's basically a tree anteater, but there are 2 tamanduas and 2 true anteaters that are part of the Vermilingua family, which represents all 4 extant species of anteaters. There's the giant anteater, the silky anteater, the northern tamandua, and the southern tamandua. And that's it. That's the
it,
anteater
yeah.
family right there.
That's all. Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed learning about the tamandua. Moving on to question number 7, in which we asked, 1st century BCE philosopher and historian Strabo is best known for an encyclopedic work that shares its name with what gentleman octopus category? Everybody got that this is geography or geographica. Geographica was maybe not like a pure geography work by the terms of today, but it was like sort of an ethnic survey kind of thing. It was like a writing about the different lands and the people within the lands. I believe as part of the Roman Empire, because although he was Greek, he was raised in the Roman Empire. But that is geography.
And question number 8, a typical rumaki is made of water chestnuts, bacon, soy sauce, ginger, brown sugar, and chicken livers.
Yep, chicken livers. Woo! Rubaki!
All right, after that, let's see who we got playing here this evening. We've got Team Coast to Coast closing up the town library. Ariana Grande and the Legend of the Seven Rings. Bortles all the way down.
Yeah.
And the half-strength team.
All right.
As long-suffering Jaguars fans, we appreciate Blake Bortles in this house.
There's only 5 there?
I only got 5, yeah.
But we had 7 responses, I thought.
Let
Can
me
you hit refresh?
refresh.
See
Yeah,
what
let me
happens.
refresh.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, we got it. Kanye West Nile virus and Third Podium were the ones that were, for whatever reason, not counted on there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep, everybody
All right.
else is
Wonderful.
and accounted for.
Beautiful. Let's get it started up. Let's see. Did you get our team submission? We did not get that right. Team name. She's closing up the town library. Yes, Robin, we got your team submission.
Closing up the town library. Yep.
You all are in, and we're starting round number 2, after which we'll give you the first round of results, too.
Yes, we will.
All right. Round number 2, the arid and mountainous span between the Sierra Nevada and Wasatch Mountains gives its name to what national park located in eastern Nevada? Located in eastern Nevada, what national park gets its name from the arid and mountainous span between the Sierra Nevada and Wasatch Mountains? That's our first question. What is the name of that Nevada national park? It's question number 1.
Question number 2. Prior to Come From Away's award-winning run, the longest-running Canadian musical in Broadway history was Musical Within a Comedy. About what type of chaperone?
Did you say no one got Tamandou, but somebody got an 8? Did someone get
No,
an 8?
I don't think anybody got an 8.
No, I think we had 7 teams.
No, we had one team got an 8.
We did.
Hang on.
Oh, good. Let me just take a look.
Did somebody
at who that
actually
is.
get the Tamandua?
Let me see. Go into our form submission.
Yeah,
one
Tamandua.
team.
Yep.
It is the half-strength team got Tamandua. Good for them.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Thank
You
you
were
for catching that. Yep. The longest running Canadian musical other than Come From Away was Musical Within a Comedy. About what type of chaperone? What type of chaperone was featured in Musical Within a Comedy, the longest running Canadian musical prior to Come From Away?
Well done, Claire and Team Half Strength, for being the solo get on the Tamandua. I love Tamanduas.
Tamanduas are great.
Question number 3. The Goldenberg Scandal was a 1990s era corruption scandal concerning what African nation? The scandal occurred under the administration of Daniel Arap Moi, who succeeded this nation's first president, who shared much of his name with the country. So what African nation's first president shared much of his name with that country? The country was then led by Daniel Arap Moi, who perpetrated the Goldenberg scandal in the mid-1990s. What is the name of that African nation? That's what we're asking for. That is question number 3. Sarah's question should be coming up soon.
Question number 4. See on the following slide, the 1939 painting New York Movie is an example of the isolated characters and dramatically lit scenes of what American painter of House by the Railroad, Rooms by the Sea, and Early Sunday Morning. So you'll see New York Movie here. Also painted House by the Railroad, among others. What were the other two?
Rooms by the Sea and Early Sunday Morning.
Yep. You are right about that, sir.
Damn right I am.
Like,
Wrote
damn
the
right I
question.
wrote it. Yeah. I'm
No,
surprised,
surprise, you guys.
Yep. So who is that American painter?
That is indeed the question.
That is question 4.
Question number 5.
It is the American painter.
It is the American painter. Question number 5.
Love Sandy.
Airing from 1991 to 94, what ABC series ended with the patriarch of the central family accidentally kicking off the end of the world by way of the We Say So Corporation?
Excellently named We Say So Corporation.
Mm-hmm. The excellently named We Say So Corporation and the patriarch of the central family were responsible for kicking off the end of the world as part of the series finale of what 1991 to 1994 ABC sitcom? That is question number 5. Identify the name of that sitcom. And here's question number 6. I'll be taking this one, my friend.
You will. All right,
this one comes to you from Sarah Ann Rapp. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you very much, Sarah. And Sarah says, perhaps the most famous tabby cat on Earth, due to a music photographer's last-minute artistic choice before the beautiful kitty got far away and it was too late, which feline shared his name with a son of Ithaca, whose character arc forms a central thread in the Odyssey? What son of Ithaca has a character arc that forms a central thread in the Odyssey and is also the namesake of perhaps the most famous tabby cat on Earth?
Tabby cat.
Here's a little something to get you thinking about it, too. Totally agree about putting a window on this wall, but I simply cannot endorse calico curtains. Might I suggest a nice paisley instead?
Yes. Yeah.
Little kitty cat. It's a cute kitten. All right. Identify the name of that kitten, which is also the same as a son of Ithaca from the Odyssey. That's question number 6. TJ.
Question number 7. I'll take the next 2.
Yeah, go for it.
What type of radiation has been redacted from the following image showing the electromagnetic spectrum?
Yeah, let me get us away.
So what you see here is the electromagnetic spectrum on the center of the screen. What type of radiation has been redacted from this image? I like doing redacted in science because you get to pretend you know things.
Oh my god, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so you got radio, microwave, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and what other?
What type of radiation has been redacted from this image? That is question number 7.
And question number 8, I'll bring us back while we talk about our Randy anagram of the week. Rearrange the following letters to form a 10-letter word. We're giving you stray dicks. That's STRAYDICKS. Stray dicks. And your hint is they're typically only a few feet away.
Indeed.
So rearrange those letters. Give us a 10-letter word that fits that clue. Stray dicks. They're typically only a few feet away. You'll see that a couple more times. Don't you worry.
You'll see stray dicks a couple more
Yeah,
times.
don't you worry. We got more stray dicks for you tonight.
I remember I was going to read that one, but you came with so much gusto, I didn't want to get in the way.
Well, let's switch off this time. Why don't you take the evens, or the odds, I'm sorry.
That's cool.
Here you go. Question
number 1, the arid and mountainous span between the Sierra Nevada and the Wasatch Mountains gives its name to what national park that is located in eastern Nevada? Eastern Nevada has what national park that is the arid and mountainous spans between the Sierra Nevada and the Wasatch Mountains? What Nevada National Park is that? It's question 2. Or question 1. Wow.
This is question number 2.
Yep, nailed it.
Question number 2. Prior to Come From Away's award-winning run, the longest-running Canadian musical in Broadway history at the time was a, quote, musical within a comedy about what type of chaperone? What type of chaperone features in the title of a musical within a comedy that, until Come From Away, was the longest-running Canadian musical in Broadway history? What word modifies chaperone? That is question number 2.
And question number 3, the Goldenberg scandal was a 1990s era corruption scandal concerning what African nation? The scandal occurred under the administration of Daniel Arap Moi, who succeeded this nation's first president, who shared much of his name with the country. So what country was subject to the Goldenberg scandal of 1990s era corruption under Daniel Arap Moi? That is question 3.
Question number 4, seen on the following slide. The 1939 painting New York Movie is an example of the isolated characters and dramatically lit scenes of what American painter? Of House by the Railroad Rooms by the Sea, and Early Sunday Morning. What American painter created this work titled New York Movie? Also known for House by the Railroad, Rooms by the Sea, and Early Sunday Morning. What is the name of that American painter? That is question number 4.
And question number 5, airing from 1991 to 1994, what ABC series ended with the patriarch of the Central Family accidentally kicking off the end of the world by way of the We Say So Corporation? The We Say So Corporation and their harebrained schemes brought about the end of the world in what 1991 to 1994 ABC family sitcom? That's question 5.
And question number 6, which once again comes to you from Sarah Ann Rapp, who says, perhaps the most famous tabby cat on Earth, due to a music photographer's last-minute choice before the beautiful kitty got too far away and it was too late. What feline shared his name with a son of Ithaca, whose character arc forms a central thread in the Odyssey? So what is the shared name between a son of Ithaca from the Odyssey, as well as perhaps the most famous tabby cat on Earth, as seen on this slide, by the way? You know, might not help you necessarily answer the question, but how could you possibly go without seeing that beautiful tabby kitten? But give us the name that is shared between that son of Ithaca and that maybe most famous of all tabby cats. That's question number 6.
Question number 7, what type of radiation has been redacted from the following image showing the electromagnetic spectrum? So in the middle of the screen, you see the electromagnetic spectrum. What kind of radiation has been redacted on that far right end? Far right end. So what kind of radiation has been redacted? That's question 7.
And question number 8, we're bringing it back to you with a Randy anagram, and we gave you STRAYDICKS. That means you got stray dicks. And your hint is they're typically only a few feet away. A few stray dicks only a few feet away. Rearrange those letters and give us a valid 10-letter word. That is question number 8. That is the end of round number 2. So I'm going to roll it back to the top here. We're going to turn on the timer and give you 3 minutes to submit your answers. You want to hop back into ambient?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good to me. Bye for now, everybody. See you soon.
See you in a bit.
Hey everybody, we have evaluated the answers for round number 2, so let's show you those correct answers. Starting with question number 1, Tej.
Yep. Question number 1, the arid and mountainous span between the Sierra Nevada and the Wasatch Mountains gives its name to what national park located in eastern Nevada? That is Great Basin National Park.
Beautiful
Look at that
national
shot.
park. It's certainly one that doesn't get celebrated as often as, say, like the Yellowstones or the Grand Tetons or anything like that. But Great Basin is lovely, and I'd like to see that.
Sounds good.
Question number 2, prior to Come From Away's award-winning run, the longest-running Canadian musical in Broadway history was a musical within a comedy about what type of chaperone? I saw Demounty Chaperone.
Demounty Chaperone, yep.
But this is the Drowsy Chaperone. And there you see the character of the man in the chair, who is essentially like it's a satire of old school musicals where it's a guy who's obsessed with this musical called The Drowsy Chaperone, but he's also a theater critic and he's snarky. So it's a little bit of like Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder meets Sunset Boulevard meets The Producers and Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Cool.
That's what I kind of get the gist of. But I love the privacy screen and the kimono there.
Question number 3.
Great
the Goldenberg scandal was a 1990s era corruption scandal concerning what African nation? The scandal occurred under the administration of Daniel Arap Moi, who succeeded this nation's first president who shared much of his name with the country. That country was Kenya.
Yes, Jomo Kenyatta was the founder of the nation, essentially, of Kenya. He was given the honorific meaning Mzee, which was father of the nation. And he was the first president of Kenya before his place was taken by Daniel Arap Moi, who led from 1989 to 2009, I think. But yeah, Daniel Arap Moi and Jomo Kenyatta were the presidents for much of independent Kenya's history.
Yep.
Question number 4. Seen on the following slide, the 1939 painting New York Movie is an example of the isolated characters and dramatically lit scenes of what American painter, known for House by the Railroad, which inspired Psycho, by the way, the Psycho House, Rooms by the Sea, and Early Sunday Morning. That is Edward Hopper. I remember that meme coming out about lockdown. We're all Edward Hopper paintings now, and it's just like one person in a large room with a lot of things outside that they can't reach. And I'm like, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
That's Edward Hopper.
Question number 5, airing from 1991 to 1994, what ABC series ended with the patriarch of the Central Family accidentally kicking off the end of the world by dropping bombs in volcanoes by way of the We Say So Corporation? That is Dinosaurs. Not the mama.
Not the mama.
Not the mama.
Not the mama. It's a good show.
It is a good show.
Question number 6, perhaps the most famous tabby cat on Earth, due to a music photographer's last-minute artistic choice before the beautiful kitty got far away, and it was too late. What feline shared his name with a son of Ithaca, whose character arc forms a central thread in the Odyssey? 6 out of 7 teams got this. I thought this was like suitably oblique, but well done for everybody for getting it. It's Telemachus. Yes, Telemachus is the name of the tabby cat on Carole King's Tapestry, which if you go back, Beautiful is a song on Tapestry, also became the title of the Carole King musical. Far Away, and It's Too Late, and then of course Central Thread, Tapestry. Excellent question there, Sarah. But Telemachus, the beautiful tabby kitty cat, right there in the front. The photographer saw Telemachus nearby in that little cushion there on his little cat bed. I was like, oh, hey, hold on. Grabbed the cat bed, put it up at the window, went, come on. And I really only got one shot with that, because that's how long the cat will look at you before bolting.
Question number 7. What type of radiation has been redacted from the following image? These talking dinosaurs are so real. It's like they saw our lives and put it on television.
Yep, that's the Simpsons one.
Yep. Type of radiation has been redacted from the following slide here. That everybody got gamma rays.
Yep, gamma rays. Definite question, or definite repeat question there. We haven't asked about gamma rays. We asked about microwaves. We did it about a year and a half ago using a redacted electromagnetic spectrum, actually. I found that out. Yeah. But I also found out while I was playing a bunch of Final Jeopardy clues earlier today that, like, they asked about Sue Grafton once a year for 3 years. So I'm like, okay, cool. We get one repeat every year and a half. Yeah. I think that's okay.
You hit the Sue Grafton distro.
I did hit the Sue Grafton distro. Question number 8. Randy Anagram Time rearranged the following letters to give us a 10-letter word. We gave you stray dicks. Sorry about that. You gave us 7 out of 7 correct answers of yardsticks. And Bank Daddy, if you like Simpsons, here you go. In the old days, we'd use a ruler to deal with incorrigibles like you. These days, we use a yardstick. Which I forgot to pluralize it. But yes, yardsticks was indeed the correct answer.
Let's go over the scores, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Scoring update. And there's our little hit us up links. At McKinney-Sizemore on Venmo. PayPal is ksizemore at hotmail.com. And Cash App is $McKinney Lee Sizemore.
Seventh place, 8 points for Kanye West Nile Virus. Sixth place, 9 points for Team Coast to Coast. Fifth place, 10 points for Closing Up the Town Library. Fourth, 12 points for Third Podium. Third place in 13 points, it's Bortles all the way down.
Bortles!
Second place,
love Bortles in this
15,
house.
it's Ariana Grande and the Legend of the Seven Rings. And in first place so far with a perfect score, impressively, it's the half-strength team, a.k.a. every NBA team currently. Shout out to health and safety protocols.
We love Bortles in this house. UCF, both of us, UCF grads, Jaguars fans, all of that. Also, our younger brother had a Blake Bortles jersey, absolute favorite jersey in the world. Had like the Jaguar rosettes on the number 5 and stuff like that.
Beautiful.
And he ended up being part of a freak accident in which the chlorine gas from an overchlorinated pool clouded and suffocated some kids. They had a hard time breathing, had to go to the hospital, and the paramedics had to cut his Bortles jersey off him, which he hated because he loved that jersey.
Yep.
I wrote to his mom, Susie, and she sent back a Bortles autographed photo and a handwritten note. Like, Susie Bortles hand wrote that note.
Yeah,
and I mean,
Susie's good people.
yeah, Susie's good people. We love Blake Bortles in this house. Sean says both of my younger brothers are UCF grads as well.
Yeah,
yes,
UCF
hold on.
grads.
UCF.
UCF.
Knights. There we go. All right, everybody. Now that we have waxed poetic about the majesty that is Mr. Blake Bortles, we are going to move on to round number 3. This is your music round. This one operates just a little bit differently. You'll still be using the answer sheets like usual, but we're going to provide you with one more bit of extraness here, and that is a Vocaroo link. This has all of the songs for tonight's game, and you're going to listen to that, and you can feel free to listen, rewind, and listen again, because we're going to give you 10 minutes. We might adjust that further on down the road, but we're not going to change that audio all at once. You'll hear 8 clips, 1 point for each correctly guessed title, 1 point for each correctly guessed artist, and 2 points for the theme. The link should be posted in the comments. I dropped it in YouTube and
dropped
Twitch.
it in Facebook.
Good job. You're going to have 10 minutes to submit, like we said. Listen, rewind, listen again. We'll hop back on here at 2 minutes to let you know there's only 2 minutes remaining. And also at 0. At 0, we'll put on some filler music once again, but during the music round, it will be silent. You mean we'll hear 6. You will indeed hear 6. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to start getting used to that. But yeah, we'll leave it silent. You all can concentrate. I'm going to set up the countdown timer now, and we will see you in 10 minutes. Good luck, everybody, and hope you have fun in the music round. All right, under 2 minutes remaining, just about 90 seconds actually for you to get your answers in. Let me take a look at our sheets and see who has responded. Not going to call anybody out or anything like that. Music round. Let's see. Waiting for it to load. Oh, nobody so far. Okay, cool. Yeah, make the most of your time. Take your time. We will see you in 60 seconds. Good luck, everybody. All right, and that is the end of the countdown timer. In just a moment, I'm going to turn on the filler music, sort of a little Oscars hurry up sort of thing for you. But make sure you get your answers in as soon as you can. And in the meantime, this is probably the best part of the evening for you to take a break, powder your nose, grab a snack, refill your beverage. I know I did. And take a few minutes. We will be back with you as soon as we get all of the answers in and as soon as we score those answer sheets from round number 3. One more round ahead of you. Best of luck there and enjoy your break. Bye for now. All right, let's take you through the answers here from round number 3, starting with song number 1. Scoring break, we already took care of that. Oh, we meant to say thank you to Marnie Helfrich for their donation.
Thank you very much. I left my grading cup in the other room. I'll get it after the
Okay,
stream.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Air
Marnie.
cheers.
Air cheers.
Yeah.
Right, song number 1 was Where the Party At? Jagged Edge, featuring
You know where
Nelly.
the party at? It's wherever the Bacardi at.
That's true. That's true. You want to take next?
Yes. Song number 2 was Focus on Me by Ariana Grande. I found it funny there was Ariana Grande in the Seven Rings.
Yeah,
I was like,
I saw that was funny too. I'm like,
ooh.
wait a minute, I didn't say nothing about this, did I? Song number 3, You've Got Backseat Freestyle by Kendrick Lamar. It was either this one or Nasty Freestyle by T. Wayne, and I think we made the right choice.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
First, hop up, more Porsche.
Don't want unless that ass don't sit like a horse, you know?
That's how
Song
it goes,
number
actually.
4 is Escape by Enrique Iglesias. If you put Escape My Love, we gave you credit for that.
Yep, absolutely. Anybody who gives us chorus gets credit for it. Song number 5 was When You Close Your Eyes by Night Ranger. I debated for this one, first of all, which Night Ranger song, and I thought this one doesn't get played enough. And then I thought, wait a minute, there's a line that says, I remember we learned about love in the back of a Chevrolet.
Yeah.
And I thought, with this theme, do I want to put that lyric in there?
Yeah.
And just totally like, little misdirection.
Yeah.
But, nah.
Song number 6 was All in My Head Flex. It was the last thing that Fetty Wap really did.
Yes,
For a
it
while,
was
he,
the biggest deal for Fetty Wap, the last big deal for Fetty
As
Wap.
it turns out, the Remy Boys did not have it sewn up.
But yeah, that's all 6 of your songs. TJ, you want to do the honors?
Yes, we got you Ford models. Where the Party at? Jagged Edge, Focus, Freestyle, Escape, Ranger, and the Ford Flex.
Yep. Those were all Ford models that I believe were all produced in the 21st century, or at least reached into the 21st century, and were produced for at least 10 years. Like, I didn't want to go anything too in-depth. There were some cool names for, like, the Ford Cougar and stuff from overseas, but wasn't gonna do that to you.
Yeah.
That's another great thing about having only 6 questions, 6 songs, is
You can make some cuts.
tighter themes.
Yep.
Tighter themes. All right, everybody. Thanks very much for playing that. It's time
Do you
to
want
move
me
on.
to give you the scores
Let's
going
do
into
that.
round 4?
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
it built in yet, but let's do that.
I figured that would be a good idea just so everybody knows where they stand. Making adjustments on the fly. Not really. Sorry. 7th place, 13 points for closing up the town library. 6th place, 18 points for Kanye West Nile Virus. 5th place, 19 points for Team Coast to Coast. Tied for 3rd, 24 points slice for Bortles All the Way Down and 3rd podium. And tied for 1st with 28 points, we got Ariana Grande and the Legend of the Seven Rings and the Half Strength Team. We got a
Okay.
good one brewing.
We do have a good one brewing up. This is excellent. I mean, typically we make the last round the hardest, so hopefully this ends up being the decider. You want evens, odds? What do you think?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Haha. I take the first one. Question number 1. A Column of Fire and World Without End were the 2 later sequels of the Kingsbridge series, a trilogy of works by Ken Follett about the construction of a 12th century cathedral that began with what 1989 novel? The Kingsbridge series began with what 1989 novel by Ken Follett? That is question 1.
Excellent. Question number 2, with the vocal talents of Matthew McConaughey, Rooney Mara, and Rafe Fiennes, what 2016 film became only the 2nd stop-motion picture to be nominated for the Oscar for Best Visual Effects? The first being 1993's A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Just to give you an idea of the art style, basically.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it's in there.
After 1993's A Nightmare Before Christmas, the next and so far the only other film to be nominated for Best Visual Effects as a stop-motion picture was what 2016 film with Matthew McConaughey, Rooney Mara, and Rafe Fiennes? That's question number 2. Identify the film.
Question number 3. An optical shift in the human eye toward the blue end of the spectrum in dark environments. A class of GABA.
GABA. You can just say GABA.
Of GABA inhibiting neurons in the cerebellum. And a series of conductive fibers in the heart are named for what Czech anatomist? Anatomist, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What Czech anatomist names the conductive fibers of the heart, a class of GABA-inhibiting neurons in the cerebellum, and the blue end of the spectrum in dark environments.
Well, not the spectrum, but like the effect where when the environment is darker, your vision shifts towards the bluer end of the spectrum.
So what?
Other stuff too, apparently, but...
What Czech guy is that? Czech guys.
Invader Steven, I'm also a UCF grad, along with my niece and nephew. Niece just got her PhD. Hey, congratulations.
Nice. Everybody
to Stephen Glassman's niece there. Air cheers from the TJ on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 4. Each receiving 4 honors. The big winners of the 1965 Grammy Awards were Brazilian bossa nova guitarist João Gilberto and what saxophonist known as The Sound, who helped to popularize bossa nova with Gilberto through a successful recording of The Girl from Ipanema. What else, right? That's the bossa nova tune. I believe the first #1 version of The Girl from Ipanema was recorded by João Gilberto and what saxophonist who was known as The Sound. This saxophonist and Gilberto each won 4 Grammy Awards in 1965, making them the big winners of the night. Who is that saxophonist? That's question number 4.
And question number 5, known as an early adopter of Vitruvian ideas, what English architect behind St. Paul's Church and the square at Covent Garden, who also designed the theatrical costumes that are seen on the following slide. An early adopter of Vitruvian ideas, who designed these costumes seen on the following slide, as well as St. Paul's Church. A wee bit foppish, you might say. That is question number 5.
And question number 6. Former MLB pitcher Philip Umber threw the 21st perfect game in league history. Look at that. Look at that double in.
In, yeah.
That's great. In league history during a 2012 matchup against the Seattle Mariners while playing for what American League team? With which American League team did pitcher Philip Umber throw the 21st perfect game in MLB history, doing so in 2012 against the Seattle Mariners? Who was Philip Umber playing for when he gave the Mariners absolutely nothing? Mm-hmm. Say it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's question number 6.
Question number 7. What brand name has been redacted from the following, shall we say, instructive meme? Apply blank straw to the neck. This is important. Just do it.
Optional. Squeeze blank liquid into victim's mouth. A flavor explosion may revive him.
So what company replaces the redacteds in this instructive meme? That's question 7.
Yep, there you go. And now we're moving on to our last one. Question number 8. The silhouette of a white-tailed tropic bird can be seen on the following flag of what Australian territory, which was discovered by William Miners of the East India Company during a voyage in December of 1643. Discovered during a voyage in December of 1643 by William Miners, what is the name of the Australian territory represented by this lovely colored flag?
Lovely.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, something can be lovely, but if it's exceptionally lovely, it gets 3 syllables. It's lovely.
And with that, it's time for the question recap.
Hit it. Go for it,
getting there. Question number 1, A Column of Fire and World Without End were the 2 later sequels of the Kingsbridge series, a trilogy of works by Ken Follett about the construction of a 12th century cathedral. Secret cathedral theme in this round.
Yeah. Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, St. Paul's.
Yeah.
Or not St. Paul's, but the other one.
That began with what 1989 novel? What 1989 novel by Ken Follett kicked off the Kingsbridge series? That's question 1.
Question number 2, with the vocal talents of Matthew McConaughey, Rooney Mara, and Ralph Fiennes, what 2016 film became only the 2nd stop-motion picture to receive a nomination for Best Visual Effects? The first was 1993's A Nightmare Before Christmas. What 2016 stop-motion film starring Matthew McConaughey, Rooney Mara, and Ralph Fiennes earned a nomination for Best Visual Effects at the Academy Awards? That's question number 2. Identify that film.
Mm-hmm. Question number 3, an optical shift of the human eye toward the blue end of the spectrum in dark environments. A class of GABA-inhibiting neurons in the cerebellum and a series of conductive fibers in the heart are all named for what Czech anatomist?
Anatomist.
Anatomist, yeah, anatomist.
It wasn't published anonymously.
All right, then. All right. That's question 3.
Outside, like the saber-toothed cat at the end of the Flintstones.
This is the Flintstones intro, yeah?
It's also the outro, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Over
so.
the credits?
Yeah, I think so.
Question number 4, each receiving 4 honors. The big winners of the 1965 Grammy Awards were Joao Gilberto and what saxophonist, known as The Sound, who helped to popularize bossa nova with Gilberto through a successful recording of The Girl from Ipanema. A successful recording of The Girl from Ipanema was made by Joao Gilberto and what jazz saxophonist, known as The Sound. I have to say saxophonist. I can't get behind saxophonist.
Yep.
That's just...
I just love
That's
the
just
fact
not me.
that,
I mean, I can use it if I need a rhyme for something like, cacophonous.
Yeah.
But
Jalen Waddle did the waddle. That was great. I love that he's just adopted that now.
that is good.
Question number 5. Known as an early adopter of Vitruvian ideas, what English architect behind St. Paul's Church and the square at Covent Garden also designed the theatrical costumes that are seen on this slide?
And very important, St. Paul's Church, not St. Paul's Cathedral.
Yep.
That's a different answer.
It is. So no secret cathedral theme. Damn.
Saxomophonus, saxomophonus. Oh, yeah. Saxomophone. That's right. Yep.
Good stuff.
He momentarily got a Simpsons reference past me. Good job, Steven.
They are getting better.
Say it in a Homer voice. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Question number 6. Former MLB pitcher Philip Umber threw the 21st perfect game in league history during a 2012 matchup against the Seattle Mariners, while Umber was playing for what American League team? With which American League team did former MLB pitcher Philip Umber throw the 21st perfect game in league history, giving the Seattle Mariners absolutely nothing? Not a nothing. N-U-F-F-I-N apostrophe. Nothing. That's question number 6. TJ.
Question number 7. What brand name has been redacted from the following instructive meme? What brand name replaces this here? Apply blank straw to the neck. This is important. Just do it. Optional, squeeze blank liquid into victim's mouth. The flavor explosion may revive them. What
That is possible.
Yeah. What name replaces the redacted? That's question 7. I love that question so much.
And then question number 8, and your last of the evening. The silhouette of a white-tailed tropic bird can be seen on the following flag of what Australian territory, which was discovered by William Miners of the East India Company during a voyage in December 1643. What is the name of the Australian territory represented by this gorgeous flag right here? That's question number 8. That is your last question of the night, so we're going to rewind back to question number 1. We're going to reset the timer from 10 minutes down to 3, and go ahead and submit your answers. Looking forward to wrapping up this one and seeing how everything plays out. Good luck, everybody.
See you in a bit.
All right, everybody, we have got our results. We're excited to share those with you. But first, here are the correct answers from round number 4, starting with question number 1. A Column of Fire and World Without End were the 2 later sequels of the Kingsbridge series, a trilogy of works by Ken Follett about the construction of a 12th century cathedral that began with what 1989 novel? I almost want to say, like, doing it over again, I'd remove the Ken Follett mention, but I think this round played about where we wanted it to.
Yeah, it definitely did.
And that is the Pillars of the Earth. A very popular miniseries got made into that as well. I believe HBO miniseries, The Pillars of the Earth, set during a 12th century time known as the Anarchy, which came up also in one of my flashcards after I wrote the question about the 12th century time known as the Anarchy.
Come on.
Like, twice, really?
Question number 2, with the vocal talents of Matthew McConaughey, Rooney Mara, and Ralph Fiennes, in addition to Charlize Theron, what 2016 film became only the second stop-motion picture to be nominated for the Oscar for Best Visual Effects and the first to be nominated for Best Visual Effects and Best Animated Feature?
Interesting.
That's Kubo and the Two Strings.
Fantastic. I haven't seen that movie.
98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
People love this movie.
I mean,
I've been trying to
know-
write about it for a while from a different angle because I know it's important to people who really like animation, especially stop motion.
It was a Stars miniseries for Pillars of the Earth. That makes sense. Yeah, Kubo and the Two Strings looks really good. There's something about stop motion pictures that, like, every now and again I just crave.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked watching Mary and Max, the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman. Invader Steven says it's spectacular, Kubo and the Two Strings. Very glad that they got a question on something they really enjoy. Thank you, Steven, for being a part of it, like always. Question number 3, an optical shift of the human eye toward the blue end of the spectrum in dark environments, a class of GABA-inhibiting neurons in the cerebellum, and a series of conductive fibers in the heart are named for what Czech anatomist? That is Johann Evangelist Purkinje. I think his name is Jan Avon Purkinje in Czech, but this is how it's often rendered in English. But yeah, on the left you can see the Purkinje cells, and on the right the Purkinje fibers. I didn't have a practical demonstration that's static of Purkinje effect in darkening environments and blue spectrums and stuff. You need video for that. Anyway, moving on to the next one.
Each receiving 4 honors. The
all
big
day.
winners of the 1965 Grammy Awards were Brazilian bossa nova guitarist João Gilberto and what saxophonist known as The Sound, who helped popularize bossa nova with Gilberto through a successful recording of The Girl from Ipanema. That Stan Getz.
Yep, got to learn about Stan Getz this week. Yo, Gabba Gabba, says Vink Daddy. Hey, Gabba Gabba, hey.
Yo,
You're
Gabbert
the
Gabbert.
monkeys. Go, yo, Gabbert Gabbert. Just passing out fantasy football names.
Yeah, you know. You know.
Hey, here's mine. Roman Galladay. I'm working
Yeah.
on that one right now. And you Simpsons people will love Professor Pigskin says.
Yep. Right now, a hard man is good to find.
Of course, why not? Why wouldn't you be when you have Nicole Hardman on
When you
your
have
team?
Nicole Hardman, yeah.
Yeah. That's just a gift.
Yeah, it is. Like, thank you. Taking that.
Question number 5. Known as an early adopter of Vitruvian ideas, what English architect behind St. Paul's Church and the square at Covent Garden also designed the theatrical costumes seen on the following slide? I was telling Sarah during the game that I didn't plan on it, but it's lovely that the characters look like they're reaching for each other. And these are theatrical masks that were designed by Inigo Jones. Inigo Jones, not to be confused with Montoya, the second most famous now of the Inigos that I know.
Yep. Question number 6. Former MLB pitcher Philip Humber, who went through a lot of 40-man rosters before he got established, through the 21st perfect game in the league history during a 2012 matchup with the Mariners. He was pitching for the White Sox.
He was dealing for the White Sox, apparently.
Yeah, he bounced around the AL Central quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I don't think he played for the now Guardians, but I know he played for the Twins at a point.
Okay, so hold on. Cleveland, Chicago, Minnesota. So the last one in the AL Central, is that the Tigers?
It is the Tigers.
Cool. Love the Tigers.
Love the Tigers.
Ooh. Question number 7. What brand name has been redacted from the following, shall we say, instructive meme? That is, apply blank straw to neck. It's important. Just do it.
Yeah.
And that is a
Don't let
Capri
those
Sun.
puppies go soft now.
Yeah. This is an 8-panel meme, I believe. All kinds of different wrong CPR advice, but one of the most wrong is apply Capri Sun straw to neck.
That one's really good. Apparently, Brits call it Capri Sun.
Yeah, can't get behind that.
Sun.
Can't get behind that at all. And I noticed that they hyphenated it in there, but it's actually a German company, and I looked up its actual spelling on Wikipedia, and it's Capri space Sun.
I know I hyphenated it when I wrote it.
Makes sense. That's how it's
Yep.
given.
And the last question of the night, the silhouette of a white-tailed tropic bird can be seen on the following flag of what Australian territory? Discovered by William Miners of the East India Company during a voyage in 1643. That is Christmas Island.
How'd you like to spend Christmas on Christmas Island? Wait for Santa to bring your presents. Well, hold on. Wait for Santa to sailing with your presents in a canoe. Yep.
We love Jimmy Buffett in this household.
Yeah. Had a great time with everybody but the driver, of course. Drinking spiked hot cocoa and driving around the neighborhood listening to Jimmy Buffett's Christmas Island. And can't pretend that wasn't a reason I wrote this question.
Yep.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everybody. Thank you very much. We appreciated the holiday break, and we're excited to be back and doing it, and we're excited to be debuting our new format. Mm-hmm. TJ.
With that, let's go to the leaderboard. We have 7th place, 17 points for closing up the town library. Thank you so much for joining us. That was fantastic. 6th place, 22 points for Kanye West Nile Virus. 5th place, 26 points for Team Coast to Coast. We have 4th place, 28 points for Third Podium. 3rd place, 30 points, my sentimental favorite, Bortles all the way down. And 2nd place, 33 points for the half-strength team. And pipping it at the post, 36 points.
With a perfect final round.
For Ariana Grande and the Legend of the Seven Rings. Congratulations, Ariana Grande and the Legend of the Seven Rings. You are tonight's winner. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up and showing out today.
Did we thank this final person here?
I don't know, but thank you very much, Robin Perry. I'll give you an air cheers.
Yeah, air cheers. Thank you very much for your donation. And thanks for being a new player tonight.
Yeah.
We really appreciate new players, and we appreciate all of our established players as well. Thanks for being a part of it.
Who knows, this might become a more viable means for people.
Yeah. You know, the 4-round thing.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. Had a great time. If you want to support us in what we do, and DIY trivia in general, we do pay it forward quite a bit.
Yep.
Check us out. Venmo at McKinney-Sizemore. PayPal is ksizemore@hotmail.com. And hit up that Cash App. That's #McKinney Lee Sizemore. Thanks for a fantastic evening. We hope you had a great time, and we will see you next Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern. Until then, cheers. Bye for now.